Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. I am here to present my third capstone project, Product Dissection. The platform that I've chosen for product dissection is Uber. It is a ride-hailing platform. Here is a short introduction of Uber. It was founded in 2009 and it has headquarters in San Francisco. It connects riders and drivers across 70 countries and 15,000 plus cities. Uber's success comes from having lots of drivers and riders on the platform, smart routing, flexible pricing, and easy payment and ratings. Why Uber? Why did I choose Uber for product dissection? Is because it operates in high impact industry. It has rich data requirements and it faces real and complex problems. Before the advent of Uber, traditional transportation system faced major inefficiency across drivers, riders, and cities. Riders often struggle with unreliable availability, long wait times, and opaque fare structures. Drivers experience idle periods, unpredictable earnings, and limited safety measures. And Uber set out to solve these challenges by creating digital on-demand marketplace that seamlessly connect drivers and riders. This project dissects Uber's approach to redefining urban mobility by addressing long-standing gaps in reliability, transparency, safety, and efficiency through technology-driven innovations. The objectives of my project is to dissect Uber's product features, present real-world case studies, design a database schema, justify schema design decisions, visualize the entity relationship diagram, and summarize the finding. We see the real world problems that are solved by Uber. Problem by problem we'll go. First problem is unreliable availability and long wait times. It was a real world challenge. In traditional transportation methods, riders often found difficulty in finding a taxi. People struggle to hail cabs, especially during peak hours, bad weathers, or in less connected areas. Uber provided a solution to this problem by allocating more and more drivers and riders on its platform, which reduced the wait times drastically. It built two-sided digital marketplaces that uses GPS. Uber allowed riders to connect with the nearest drivers available instantly. Second real-world problem that was faced before Uber was unpredictable pricing and fares. Riders often faced uncertainty about how much it would cost, and there were no reference fares. And oftentimes rider would end up paying more. This would lead to frequent argument between riders and drivers, and it was seen from the driver side. Drivers would refuse to go to the shorter distances, and in case of emergency, they would exploit the customers. Uber solved this problem by introducing upfront pricing, where the fare is calculated before the ride starts, and it is calculated based on distance, time, traffic, and all the other factors. It also created dynamic pricing, which included the variable of surge, which adjusts the fares to balance supply and demand during peak times. The third problem was inefficient driver earning and idle time. Oftentimes, the driver would sit often because they would not have resources to connect with the rider, and it would lead to low earnings and a lot of idle time. Uber actually uses smart dispatch algorithms to assign trips efficiently. This reduces driver idle time. It also gives drivers flexibility to work when and where they choose. The problem four before Uber was safety concerns for riders and drivers. So at odd hours, in the late night or at deserted places, it would often be a problem of safety for both riders and drivers, as there was no way to track the trip. There was lack of transparency before Uber. So Uber ensured safety for both riders and drivers with background checks. Then the drivers were verified, and furthermore, in app SOS feature and 24/7 support added further protection. The fifth problem that Uber solved was payment friction and limited options. So cash-based taxi payments cause lack of change, delayed settlements, and sometimes dispute over payments. Uber introduced cashless, seamless payment system integrated into the app, supporting credit cards, debit cards, UPI, making the payment really easy. And with variety of options of payment, there would be no ambiguity between the rider and driver. So in conclusion, we can say that by dissecting Uber through five core problems, which is availability, pricing, driver earnings, safety, and payments. We see a consistent strategy. All these innovations convert unreliable, fragmented taxi experience into scalable, trusted mobility platform, setting a solid foundation for our next step of data modeling and schema design. Here I have mentioned some top features of Uber, which is user profiles. Uber maintains distinct interconnected profiles of both riders and drivers. Then there is ride booking and matching. The core of Uber is the ability for riders to request a ride with a single tap, and for the drivers to reduce the waiting time on that front. Then there is real-time GPS tracking. Every trip on Uber is tracked using live GPS. Then there is dynamic pricing and fare estimates. So Uber calculates fares upfront using algorithms that consider distance, time, and traffic. So this ensures that riders get availability even during peak times, and drivers are fairly compensated. Ratings and review system. After every trip, riders and drivers rate each other. So this is two-sided rating, and this builds the profile of the driver and rider for the for future trips. Then there is payment and wallet integration. Uber offers seamless payments through in-app methods like credits, debit cards, digital wallets, UPI, depending upon the market. Then there are safety features. Uber prioritizes safety with multiple layers: driver's background verification, trip tracking, in-app SOS button that connects with emergency services, etc. And lastly, there is consumer support system. So there is 24/7 human support on Uber that is available, which makes it absolutely reliable, transparent, and safe option. Next, we'll go on schema description. So the schema for Uber involves multiple entities that represent different aspects of the platform. These entities include users firstly, then drivers, riders, ride, GPS tracking, fares, payments, and more. Each entity has specific attributes that describe its property and relationship with other entity. The first entity is the user entity. User are at the core of Uber. The user entity contains all the individuals using the platform, classified as riders and drivers. It stores basic identity, contacts, and role-based details. The attributes that we have for user entity are user ID, which is the primary key, then the name of the user, the email, the phone number, user type, and rating. In user type, we have rider and driver. The second entity, that driver entity, it extends the user entity for drivers for storing vehicles, verification details, background checks, and ensures the trust and compliance for onboarding. So for driver entity, the driver ID is the primary key, which is actually the user ID of user entity. So it is the foreign key. A unique identifier, it is a unique identifier for each driver. Then we have a license number, vehicle model, and background check status. We see if the background of the driver is verified or not. The third entity is the ride or the trip entity. It represents each ride request and completion on the platform. Track details from booking to payment. For ride entity, the ride ID is the unique identifier of each ride. Then there is rider identity, which is again the user identity in user entity. Then there is driver ID, which is user ID in user entity. So these two are foreign keys. And then there is pickup location, drop location, start time, end time, and status. So all these attributes are really important in ride entity because this is the core of Uber. Okay, the ride is the core of the Uber. Fourth entity, we are looking at it as a fare and pricing entity. So it stores fare details, including dynamic pricing logic applied to each ride. So we saw what dynamic pricing is. It adjusts to the fluctuations in traffic, peak hours, bad weather, and all these things. So for fare and pricing entity, the fare ID is the primary key. Then there is ride ID. Then we have base fare, that is the minimum fare of the trip. Then there is distance fare, the fare according to the distance. Then there is time fare, the fare according to the time. Surge multiplier, which is exactly what dynamic pricing does. Fare in case of demand or traffic surge. And then there is total fare. So all these are the attributes for fare and pricing entity. Then we have payment entity. Payment entity represents transactions between riders and Uber, which is indirectly to the drivers, and handle multiple payment methods. For payment entity, we have payment ID, which is a unique identifier for each payment. Then we have ride ID, so the ID of the ride for which the payment is being done. Then there is payment method, amount, status, and transaction date. Then we have rating and review entity. So this entity stores feedback from each ride from both the drivers and riders. It ensures accountability and service quality. We have a rating ID as primary key for which is the unique identifier for each rating. Then we have ride ID. So which ride is being rated. Drivers and riders for which ride are being rated will be given by ride ID. Then we have rater ID, which is again the user ID only, because raters are no one but the rider and drivers. Then there is ratee ID, again the same thing. Because we have two-sided rating, so both will be user IDs and all these are foreign keys. Then we have rating score. It is score out of 5 stars. Then there is review text, if you want to add something as a review, and there is created at. So it is actually the date time data type where we see the created at. And finally, we have a support ticket entity, represents complaints, queries, safety issues raised by riders and drivers. So for support ticket ID is the primary key. It is a unique identifier for each support ticket. Then there is user ID, which is the ID of the user, the driver or rider who is raising the ticket. Then there is ride ID, the ID of the ride for which the ticket is being raised. Then issue type, the reason for the complaint, like what is the reason for that support ticket? Is it safety? Is it delayed payments? Is it inconvenience? Whatever it is. Then there is description. So we provide brief text about our query or complaint. Then there is status of the ticket. If the status is raised, if the status is in progress, if the status is being solved, is it closed, whatever. Then created at and resolved at. So these two are the dates. We'll look at the relationship of all these entities before we go for ER diagram. So the relationships are user to trip. So a user, that is a rider, can book as many trips, but each trip belongs to one user. Then there is driver trip. Again, it's the same. A driver can complete many trips, but each trip is handled by just one driver. Then trip payment. Each trip generates one payment record, and each payment is tied to a single trip. So that is another relationship. Then there is trip and rating. So every trip can have one rating from the rider and from the driver. So these are the only two ratings that one trip can have. Then user rating. A user can give multiple ratings, but each rating is linked to a specific trip or ride. Okay. Then there is driver rating. Again, it's the same thing. A driver can receive multiple ratings, but each is tied to that particular trip. Then user support ticket. A user can raise multiple support tickets, but each ticket belong to a particular ride. The trip and support ticket. So a support ticket may influence of a trip if it concerns a specific ride. Here is a rational and strategy of the ER diagram. The schema design was created to reflect Uber's core goal of seamlessly connecting to riders, drivers, while ensuring transparency, scalability, and reliability. Entities such as user, driver, ride form the backbone, capturing the essential interaction of booking and completing trips. Supporting entities like payment and rating ensure secure transaction and feedback mechanisms that build trust and quality in the platform. Here is the ER diagram for Uber. So the first entity is user, and it has user ID as primary key. Then it is related to driver entity, where the driver ID is nothing but the user ID in user entity, and it is related to the ride, which has rider ID and the driver ID. So these are connected with, so this is the primary key, here this is the primary key, and here this is the primary key, but these two are the foreign keys. Here driver ID is the primary key as well as the foreign key. Foreign key is shown with this small symbol which looks like a chain. Then we have the ride, which is the core of Uber, is connected with the other IDs. So the driver ID is connected to the ride ID with here driver ID is equal to driver ID here. Okay. Then the ride ID is connected to ride ID at fare. So the fare for which ride? So it is given by the ride ID. That's how they get connected. Then for payment method, the payment ID is the primary key, but again the ride ID is the foreign key. Here we can see. So this is connected to the ride. The payment for which ride? So it is given by the ride ID. Then there is rating. For rating ID is the primary key, but it is again connected to ride with ride ID because the rating is given to that particular ride, right? So yeah, and there is one more thing. This is rater ID and ratee ID. So rater ID and ratee ID are nothing but the user IDs. Okay, these are user IDs here of the drivers and riders both. So which is why we can see that there are three foreign keys for rating. And finally, there is support ticket entity where the ticket ID is the primary ID and the ride ID is the ride for which the support ticket is being raised. This is how this will work. And we have mentioned all their data types. In this case study, we dwelled into the design of Uber schema and entity relationship diagram. Uber has revolutionized the way people travel. The platform's intricate data model consisting of entities like GPS, location, pre-book fare, support ticket, flexible payments, hashtag and review and rating system form the foundation for its seamless functionality. By understanding this schema, we gain insights into how Uber effectively manages the complexity of rider-driver transaction interactions, contributing to its widespread popularity and continued growth in the world of logistics. Thank you. Thank you.